Hey, happy Wednesday.
Here we are.
Move on, it's
We're at
dumb out the
WJZZ
way.
Cool TV with Calibri the artist and me, Debbie LaPrette. And I just left a wonderful exhibition in Westland.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. It was Black History Month. And one of our guests, Dora Kelly, won an award. We're going to have her talk about the award. We were totally like, I think it was the mayor's award or something. It was the mayor's choice.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
And she's got the story about it. So welcome. You're here at WJZZ.
Get down and dirty talking art.
Yeah, here we are. We're here on Cool TV. Please watch us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and all the things, all the streaming stations.
Yeah.
And like, share, and please, if anybody's got any comments, please comment and please share as much as you guys can. We appreciate it.
I'm trying to hide my queen. My queen is kind of rounded.
That's why my arm is here. You won't be able to see my queen. So welcome everybody. It's Wednesday.
Yes. Without further ado, please welcome Miss Dora Kelly, our guest today.
How are you, Miss Dora?
Hello, Dora.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for coming on. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
Good.
Good day.
I bet so. You just got an award today, right?
Yes.
You're being so modest.
Wonderful.
Tell us about your award.
Pardon me?
Tell us about your award.
It's from the Black History show, Black History Month show. And they had the first, second, third, and honorable mention awards. But then they also have something called the Wild on Art, Wild for Art.
Mm-hmm.
The choice from the mayor's, his favorite, and I got it.
We're excited. Yeah,
you got the mayor's choice.
Were you totally shocked?
They called me. They called me up, and I was shocked. I'm telling you, tears in my eyes, shocked.
I know.
Such an honor because, truthfully, the work there was extraordinary.
Yes, it was.
One of the best shows I've seen on the quality.
It was a nice show. It was a very nice show.
I was so surprised.
No, I wasn't. I have to say, I have worked in the show, as do you, and there is fantastic work.
Oh yeah.
But I have to say, Dora, you really did deserve to have the mayor's choice. She had several pieces on Martin Luther King, and just period. Dora's body of work she has a wide range.
Yes.
But you outdid yourself with this exhibit. You really did. Can we show one of the pictures? We had to take a little still from the event. That's her getting her award.
And she was so shy and so modest.
And then we have another that shows the actual piece as well. That's right, taking pictures.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
We weren't expecting it. They kind of took the ones down that they had, that they were part of they put them like right up where we were speaking, and I didn't see them take Dora's. So I was like, oh my gosh. So it was really exciting. It was very cool. Very cool.
It was an honor. It was a big honor.
25 or 30 people there, you say? Maybe 40 today?
At least 30.
Was it 30? Okay. Nice group.
You had mentioned when you spoke on it about basically the thought process behind creating the piece and for that exhibit. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I was looking. I had it. I don't know if I was exactly at the site that showed me Martin Luther King pictures. It was Black History type thing. But immediately when I run across him, I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn about Black history and everything. Even when you think there's a lot more. And I seen the Martin Luther King picture, and it reminded me. I think and it just hit me. It's probably one of the first times that I thought of it is such an injustice for the atrocities that's happened. And it was just shocking for me to say, well, why, And that's what I said there. Why and what and how could you, And that's, I think, a question that started me right from a young age. So
Yeah.
that's why I took the picture.
I heard you saying that. You said you had a lot of, how could you when you were growing up?
Yeah, but I kind of would get in trouble for that because I wanted an explain. But no, that's not right. And if it's not right, it's not supposed to be done.
Hmm.
And I'd be put in my room for my mouth. Just
Okay,
to,
well, pioneer from the start.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. So
Well,
welcome.
Dora, you're actually putting together, I guess rolling into it, you're putting together, or right now in effect, your own Black History exhibit in the city of Monroe, correct?
yes,
Could you tell us about that?
it's just I'm in the middle of the program that I'm working on, and in the middle, being in the middle of it, which we'll I guess discuss in a second what it is. I thought, wait a minute, this is we keep saying Black History Month. We're gonna do this program, Black History. I says, what are they doing in town for Black History Month? You know, well, that I know of, it wasn't much of anything. And so I said, we will have a Black History Month. I will make sure, you know. And I belong to the Robert S. Duncanson Society, which is something that has been formed to honor fantastic artists, and to the goal is to integrate all of us together,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be Black, Indian, you know, Chinese, or whatever. We should not be seeing color when
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at fellow artists in our group. We should be just a wonderful group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame. I think people are really missing out.
Mm-hmm. What got you passionate about
Yeah.
integrating the arts or people, period? Because you've spoken several times saying that
Right.
you ultimately you want to get to a point where, not that we don't see color, but if you mentioned before, like if I see Calibri, a black woman, it's not that
Right.
I'm a black woman, I'm a woman.
Right.
If you see
Right.
But
Debbie, not that she's
I
white.
want people I want people to look at you right now and just say, you know, you see the girl with the little black shirt on, with the black and white, with the hair thing. I would like it. Of course, we're different color. Duh. Of course, that's a way to describe someone, right? But at the same time, the first thing that comes to head should not be color.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just a shame, and I really, if I had any choice, I would start, and I probably will with my children and everybody. I think it's more now than to be on this side or this side.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for us to be saying, why? How could you think that way? I think we need to voice it. I think that we need to stand up for it a little bit. We're always so downtrodden, not downtrodden, but pretending like we're downtrodden. And you can't say this or that. It's not proper. No one's got a problem saying this horrible, nasty stuff that they say to people in that group.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we ought to be saying, I will not tolerate this around me. That's how I do. I
Mm-hmm.
will not even tolerate so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And then therefore we all got to try to make a little bit of difference.
That's right.
I lucked into something that went further, you know, but whatever's meant to be, right?
That's right. That's right. And you really are making a difference.
Yes.
I think that there's really no one more appropriate than you
Yeah. Yeah.
to spark this, because you are, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't tell already, Miss Kelly's being very modest and timid, but
She's
she
not.
is a woman that stands on her beliefs and she
Yes.
doesn't back down. She's a very strong woman. And when she digs her heels into something, baby, that's it. There's no pushing her out of the way.
It's like, watch out, here comes Dora. Yeah.
And it's fantastic that you're on this side of the right side of history,
Right,
what it
right,
will
right.
be, as far
Right.
as
Should we tell them about the what she's doing about the Duncanson?
Sure. So let's well, first and foremost, because I want to kind of do it.
Okay, I'm
into
sorry.
the little break.
Yeah.
Could you give us a backstory about who Robert S. Duncanson is, where that started? Because this is a whole process.
Right. It's a journey.
Mm-hmm. It just I became aware of an artist it was someone come up to the studio, a young woman said, "Did y'all ever hear about the artist that was famous artist buried here in town without a headstone?" We were blown away, you know, and a mutual grouping saying, that ain't right, but really nothing happened. Then within a week, they had a presentation at our history historical museum
Mm-hmm.
with Val Mercer from the DIA.
Mm-hmm.
And she did the most wonderful presentation about Robert S. Duncanson. And then, it's a wonderful story that y'all should definitely check out if you get an opportunity. And so at the very end of it, she said, and he is purportedly, buried here in Monroe, but no one knows where it's at. That just seemed too, the fact that he was just thrown in here without a headstone because they didn't provide that for black people at that time. Um, it's just outrageous. And then, oh shoot, I'm forgetting what I'm saying, but it was wrong. And I just thought it was that. That's too easy. You just need to find out where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that. Famous last words there. And then a man came up.
Yeah.
A man came up to me and right at that meeting before I left and said, "There's a group that might help you with this if you're interested, if you're really going to do it." And he said, "The Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me hooked to the Breakfast Club. And I went there, and because I went and found it. Well, I guess it took a second because I found the grave, and then went upon designing it because you got to know what you're asking money for. So I designed it, and then got to a wonderful recommended, been there forever, headstone maker.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me an incredible price. I mean, really great for a wonderful product. And went to the Breakfast Club, and I said, "This is what we got." And boom, boom, boom.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's a beautiful headstone that you got.
Yes. Now, Robert Duncanson, he was an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He was an artist.
His work. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay.
So you found this headstone. You were able to get a headstone provided. But since then, well, actually, let's take a pause real quick. Hold that thought. We just want to remind our viewers that you're watching Get Down and Dirty, Talking Art with Calibra the Artist.
And me, Deb LaPrette.
Yeah.
How are you all?
You're tuning in live from WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, streaming on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Tell us how we look. Tell us questions.
Yeah.
We can see your questions. So
That's
right now.
Yes.
All right. So
All right.
we're here. If you're just tuning in, we're here with wonderful artist and pioneer activist. Really, you could add to her title.
That's
Ms.
right.
Dora
You're an
Kelly.
activist.
Yes. Talking about Robert S. Duncanson and the start of this journey.
This crusade. Yeah.
So you were telling us you got the headstone, and sorry, were you?
Yeah. What year did that start?
I think it was 2017.
2007.
Yeah.
Memory isn't all the way perfect on that. Then it went to the DIA for I think 4 months. They displayed it in his room of his art. So that was cool too.
Very nice.
And then we had a reception and stuff like that. But it was just a wonderful experience, and it felt good to get the man a headstone, when it comes down to it. And so I've met some really cool people. And now they decided in our town to create something about Duncanson to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was contacted. Because I've done a little bit of work with different museums and everything on the information that we have. So I'm kind of known,
Are you reading something? Do we have a comment?
I'm sorry, we have a comment, but it's not on the side of the screen. It's in the middle, and I can't read it in the middle. Can you just put it back?
They like to print back here.
Okay, like to print in the background.
Hi. Y'all.
Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it.
I don't know. I think that one definitely is not for sale.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's just went into a wonderful thing. It's nice to see people jumping on the board, jumping on the bandwagon. We've been having this association that's created. We've been doing plein air contests, art contests all summer. And
Really?
people get awards and stuff.
What
Yeah,
is that?
What is
What is
that?
that? Because I did see you had the fair this past one. Could you tell us about that?
the plein air is painting outside,
Okay.
and typically, not always, but it's in one session, and you kind of try to get it pretty quick because your sun will be changing. So it's like a challenge. Now we're beginning plein air painters, half of us, you know. So basically, me, I hit up my backyard next to the park one day and just sat there. It was nice. And it's gotten a small group of people and they win awards. And then we had a grand prize after the whole end of it. And now we have the day is that he got a day, Robert Duncanson Day.
Which day is
And
it?
Yes.
don't ask me.
Got
And
she got a holiday.
At a holiday, yes.
yes,
And she's doing something else with the schools, aren't you?
we're in contact with people that can help us do a syllabus for the school system, at
Mm.
least up to like the third or fourth grade, to learn about Robert S. Duncanson. A lesson plan put in place, and
Mhm.
that would be for our whole school system out
Nice.
there, which
Nice.
is just a beginning. If if we can accomplish it, I know they will accomplish it.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
And just eventually it would be wonderful in your goals of in dreams with a statue of Robert S. Duncanson right in the middle of our town.
Nice. Yeah. I remember you were looking for, or currently, she's looking for sculptors right now. They're looking for sculptors. So
Okay.
artists, sculptors.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Putting
were
a call
recommending Austin Brantley is someone that we're interested in,
there. Very Austin.
Here,
right?
Dora's looking for you.
He knows. I done called.
Well,
Oh,
now
girl.
the world knows. Everybody hit up Austin Brantley and tell him that
To
it
do.
is
Yes.
imperative
Yes.
that he do this Robert S. Duncanson statue and for the city of Monroe.
That would be very
Yes, because
awesome.
We
we have
gotta. We have
statues
to.
that honor people that probably shouldn't be honored. And,
Yeah.
you know,
That would be very cool.
and
And
it's a street named after him now, right?
we're trying. No, it's still in process.
Okay, okay.
It's still in process, but it's all happening. And sure, here we go again. I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, now we have a ceremony that's
Mhm.
gonna be a Saturday, and it's a reception. It's called the Robert S. Duncanson Legacy Program, not program, legacy, and the Black History Month display. And this is 11 of our Breakfast Club, Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club artists. And they brought their art, so it's already on display at the River Raisin Battlefield Center Visitor Center. It's right off the highway on off of 75, within a half a mile on your right.
Mm-hmm.
And so Saturday, it's going to be a big reception where these artists have been. They recorded with Pat Baker
Mm-hmm.
question and answer session, and the question was, "What's it like to be a black artist in America today?"
Mm-hmm.
For you, basically. And I got wonderful responses, all realms, from friends to religion to being working on the movement
Mm-hmm.
to the graduation of people in general. It's just wonderful. And then we have some speakers. We have Walter Bailey and Darren Darvin doing
Mm-hmm.
speeches, which that's
World renowned artists. I just want to cut you off right there. World renowned artists, Walter Bailey
Yes.
and Darren Darby.
Yes.
I just want to just take a moment and pause. Can we put that flyer up, because we have a picture of the flyer for
Yes.
The exhibition is going on the entire month of February, but the reception is this Saturday, the 19th, as she said, at 333 Dixie Highway
Yes.
in Monroe, Michigan. Now, as you can see, Walter Bailey, Darren Darby, I had the pleasure of going to the opening day
Mm-hmm.
of the exhibition, and you didn't just pull out any old artists for this exhibition. There's Jonathan Harris,
Yes.
world renowned artist.
Yes.
Jonathan Harris, who actually right now as we speak, he's on with Rochelle Riley tonight on Channel 22. Did the CNN interview the other day.
That's right.
He's been all over Fox. He's been all over everywhere. Every single
He's
station.
amazing.
Amazing
She
young
has
artist.
Priscilla Pfeiffer in this exhibition, who
Yes.
did her artist talk sometime last week as well.
Yes,
And she has an
yes.
opening soon. She has Dawood Shabazz. She has just a little bit of everybody in this exhibition. Such powerful artists came and showed up for this. So you don't want to miss it. But I want to say that to you, just congratulations.
All your work.
For
It's quite a
putting
journey.
together such a powerful, because you didn't just say, okay, we want to have a Black History exhibit. Let's get some Black artists. You really did pull out the big guns. If Basquiat were alive, he might as well have been in the exhibition.
Right?
God,
I had help. I had some good help. We have Sandy Banasakers working with me here in Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff Virgo is the marketing. We got Patrick Barley is the president. We got a handful of people. I'd love to mention everybody, but I can't. We couldn't have done it without them. And then my, what do you call it when you got someone in the hole? When you got, your
ace in the hole.
Ace in the hole was Miss Baker out here.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
World
Yes.
Honest.
Who has a solo show happening as well right now?
That's right. At the congregation in Detroit. Amazing. Yes.
Beautiful place. It's beautiful. It works right well with her art. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. The bright colors on that brick wall, you can't beat that. It's beautiful. But so she is the one who helped me decide on who to invite.
Okay. That's
She's
what I was
the one who
created.
Call and ask them. I did the follow up for sure. But I used her. She nobody tells Pat no.
That's right.
Have you ever seen anybody tell her no? Oh, they do it and they're thanking her to let them do something for her. Mm-hmm. So I'm thanking her. Girl, I don't know what I've done without her, along with everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I've just been blessed. Mm-hmm. This is happening because of a blessing. Khalid, you guys' help. Debbie, y'all have helped tremendously too, and you are helping now. And I appreciate it. I do. You have to appreciate this stuff. It couldn't have happened with just on me.
Yeah. Well, it started with the spark,
right.
with the drive enough to want to honor an artist that was important to honor.
Right.
Especially sometimes, with artists anyway, it's one of those fields where not everyone appreciates it. Mm-hmm. Especially with African American artists, and especially in certain areas.
Right.
So for you to acknowledge that and then go out of your way to push it.
Yes.
And then now have help on board, to drive that and get it done. Right. I think it's important. It's important for our country. It's important for the city of Monroe.
It's the history.
Yeah.
It's making history. A question. Have any of his family has reached out to you? Have you contacted? Have you found any of his family?
I've been in contact with his family. I would say, what do you call it? Sanctioned. 2 different parts of the family. And they've given me, we've had very pleasant conversation, a friendship that's developed. They're just shy. They're very shy. Yeah. And so I've seen art from the family, not his on that. But people in the family that they really felt like maybe got a spark of his talent, and it's exciting. And then I recently met another couple. I think it's 2 sisters, but the one is the one I'm in contact with. And she has wonderful. All I have right now is some wonderful stories. Nothing more than that. But I'm trying.
Well,
There's stuff in the works.
more
There
help.
is stuff in the
Yes.
works.
Yes. Um. So the family, you have their blessing and everything moving forward for.
Yeah, yeah. They just wanted to be in the background more. They're
Mhm.
very shy people. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't. I was very surprised that even when I went to another parts of the family, that they're very shy.
Mhm.
Maybe this is what famous people do, you know. But they give me the blessing. They give me genealogies. You know, I have a lot of good information. Actually, other stuff given to me that's will be in the future brought out.
Mhm.
But it's exciting. It's like a mystery tour, you know.
That's what reminds me of like National Treasure Hunt.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
just knowing the story.
That's right.
Real quick, hello, Dawood
Hi,
Shabazz.
Dawood. How are
Hello.
you?
Dawood is one of the artists participating
Yes,
in this
yes.
exhibit. His work is currently on display right now, and hopefully you'll see him Saturday. I hope you'll be there Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yes,
promised he'd be there.
yes,
Yep.
and it's beautiful. If you guys go to our Facebook page, get down to Dirty Talking Art on Facebook. We do have some live footage from my visit there on February 1st.
Yes.
And we'll also have a video up after the show, but you'll be able to take a sneak peek at some
At
of the
some of the
work.
work. And
Dawood
Dora's,
Shabazz is included in
yeah.
that.
And then we got an interview with, you talked to Dora, that, in that
Yes,
interview. It was a
yes,
great
yes,
interview.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. Sort of a pre-interview.
it was
I love
pretty
your
cool.
passion. That's one of the things. Whenever you talk to Dora, she's passionate about what she does.
Right. And that's so
When I asked her,
important.
"Why'd you do it?" She was like, "Cause it wasn't done.
And she's
'Cause it
humble.
needed to be done,"
Yeah.
and very humble. And
Very
of course,
humble.
when I speak of you, of course, I'm speaking of your group. Period. Thank all of you for joining together and getting this done.
Mhm.
But I have to honor and pay homage to you because I know that if nothing else, it started with a basically a unmarked grave.
Mhm.
It started
Yeah,
with someone very special in an unmarked grave, and it took Adora Kelly
it
to
was a
spark
lot of research.
that. Mhm,
A lot of research. But
mhm.
it's a wonderful story, you know, and it's still coming out. It's still coming out. Jeffrey in marketing, he really researches
Mhm,
into old. You know, he's a photographer and printer
mhm.
into old historical newspapers and stuff and prints them out for us. It's amazing and it's really cool because there's a missing painting we're looking for.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Yeah,
That's
we
very
got little tidbits, you know, like where it first sold in Cincinnati. And it's just so neat, and it's funny because it's called Battle of the River Raisin. You know,
Mhm.
it was
And that's
amazing.
that's going into the history of right there in Monroe. I know I
right.
saw the little figurines and everything inside of the actually fitting where the
Yeah, the
location is.
battlefield. It was.
We have another comment. I can't read it.
That is Dawu. And I can't
Oh,
read.
thank you, thank you, dude.
She is improving her technique. Very beautiful art. I can hear this voice. She is improving in her
I
technique.
know he's such a sweetheart. I want to record it. And
Thank
now
you,
it sounds good.
Shabazz.
Thank you, Dawood. Um,
Hold that
We're
thought. We
gonna
just
take our
want to
break
remind our viewers that you're watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art.
with me, Debbie LaPratt, and my co-host, Cluby the artist. So hello, everybody.
You're watching live on, I was about to say YouTube. Yes, YouTube, Twitter,
YouTube.
Facebook, and Twitch. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Comment and comment
And
comment.
share and share and share. Yes.
Say hi.
Here with wonderful guest, Miss Dora Kelly, talking about her national treasure hunt and everything that's coming.
That's right.
Dora, have you ever been involved with anything like this in the past? Are you just good at finding stuff? or bringing stuff
Right.
to light, I should say.
Well, I really bring it back to my love of stories and books and stuff like that. So, not real mysteries per se, but adventures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that started it all. But no, I was just in charge often. You know, in school I was president and of this and that or whatever, and just trying to get in the mix, stay in the mix, whatever. I want to be alive and know what's current.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a question. Where did he basically do? Where is he based to do his work? Was he basically in Monroe, or when he was working?
he moved here as a child with his parents, and the family, his brothers and his father were house painters. Now, when I first heard house painters, you're thinking outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, no, they were decorative house painters on the inside. We're used to probably something like you got in your house, Cleveland. You got any of that painted moldings and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You know, the real fine houses, and that's what they used to do. So that's a lot different when you think how he learned to use his hand as an artist, as a painter. And then after that, he quit doing that. He went into photography in Cincinnati, and he
Mm-hmm.
opened a studio. And then he just started doing work for people. So Cincinnati was like his beginning of his art career.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like that predominantly. And then he did, and I would have to go through it all and get the timeline. But at one point, he did the Taft Museum,
Mm-hmm.
which at that point was Reynolds.
Was
Reynolds.
Reynolds?
Yeah, you know, this isn't is it the tobacco Magnum, perhaps?
Don't
Well,
ask me yet. Don't
don't
ask.
just forget I even said it. But he did 8 murals that is now in the Taft Museum.
Okay.
Neat.
Yeah,
So when did
and
he pass away?
1872, 1871.
Okay.
71.
Okay. Okay.
And when he passed away, see, okay, from Cincinnati, the abolitionists started loving on him. You know, they really wanted to promote him. And so they sent him to Europe. He
Mm.
went to England and Scotland, you know, all over the place. And he painted for kings and queens. He did a lot of portraits at that time and the fruits and
Hey.
all that. So at some point, you know, they go to Canada because, you know, it wasn't pleasant around here with the war,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the middle of the racism, you know, the
Civil
slaves
rights.
who
When
were
I was
getting all the stuff was happening. He was in free land where he was, but it couldn't be that comfortable. Really think about it. What, 50 miles away from not free land? They would
right.
just, right. So they would just come and grab people off the streets,
Mm-hmm.
as you probably know, and sell them. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It
true.
sends you right back into slavery. Actually, even if you
Yeah,
were free, all you had was a paper. It's the equivalent of having an ID.
Oh,
So all somebody got to do is rip it up, tear
you
it up.
tear it up
What
and it's
ID?
gone.
You're a
Yeah.
slave.
Yeah. Wow.
So.
Yeah.
exactly. So he hightailed out of here for a little while, and
Mhm.
he did lots and lots of work. Eventually, then, oh, I can't even say his friends and what he liked and what he did. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful to know. And I'll get it. I'll get you the information at some point. But he ended up coming back here to Detroit, and he was in the middle of setting up a display, and he fell, and he really kind of fell out. He died within a short period of time, very short period of time. And so when he died, I don't know. I would love to know that exact details.
Mhm.
But there was a family plot in Monroe,
Mhm.
so they brought him there. And actually, if you want to go by like my own little mystery thing I'm going on now,
Mhm.
I'm wondering if there ever was a headstone because, as we are going to hopefully do,
Mhm.
there's headstones that were there that are sunken.
Oh.
So it's so old. And it's
Hmm.
been done in other cemeteries where you dig it up and find them. And so I'm myself, only, but we don't have no records of what was going on except that he was buried there. I
Right.
mean, we need to find an original if they did have something
Mhm.
headstone or just to dig up his family. I found 15 members of his family. They're buried there, and only 2 headstones in the whole thing.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. I want to go there and And I'll bet you there's something there sunken.
See, this is so exciting.
That's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Because we were just talking about this on Monday. Because number one, I didn't realize that that he died in the 1870s.
Mhm.
I was thinking early 1900s or late
That's what I was
1800s. I did
thinking.
not know
Like
that.
1900s.
So that means he would have been working during slavery.
Yeah.
Basically, I know that he was not a slave or enslaved person, but he would have been working
We were
during that
talking
time.
about that at the
We were
breakfast
just
club.
talking about
Yes.
that, how you don't find artwork from Black people during that period of slavery.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because they weren't acknowledged or because it was destroyed or
Right.
maybe just because they were afraid to paint and write and stuff like that. Obviously, we weren't allowed to do certain things.
That's right.
But I think it's really, well, number one, cool. But I want to stress the importance of what you're doing because of that. Because we see the Harlem Renaissance and we see work from the 1900s, but we don't see work from African Americans in the 1800s and
Right,
1700s.
right,
We
right.
don't see
That's what the special thing is about.
Mhm.
That and this is what I see. I think this man, I created him in my head, you know. This man was eloquent. This man was educated as much as he could. Not, I don't think it was in school per se, as much as just what, I don't know how he knew it, but he knew all the right people. He hung out with the coolest people of that time. He was standing next to all the masters, like Hudson River painters. He's standing right there, but we don't have it. We didn't hear it. But they were his cohorts or whatever. That would be crime. They were, his companions. And I think he was a very personable man. Because not only was he African American, which would be, according to some, the downfall, he, well, he was a wonderful artist, but how did they let him in these readings? How did he get to do this? He had to have been a very personable person. I bet he was cool as could be.
I agree.
Wow. That was so funny because that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
About the artists. And I was thinking about that going, oh, that's true. Nobody's seen any artwork from that,
No.
Somebody's got something, but Dora Kelly's bringing it up.
Yeah, we might be on a treasure hunt, both of us together.
That's right. That's right.
There is
a friend as well.
another
And
artist.
she was like, I'd be interested in that. I said I want to go on a hunt down south and see if I can find what artists were alive and working during that time.
That would be really interesting. Yeah.
But, hey.
I got that town I want to explore down south.
Oh yeah, I want to go New Orleans.
Oh God, yeah, cool city. Yeah.
So why is it important for him to get his due?
It was like, how dare they not give it to him? Even in the past, okay, I could see it's not good times back then when he died, perhaps, right? Nothing to flake, black people weren't out there waving flags to get their attention to himself, that's for sure. So, but I feel like there's other times. There's times to do stuff. There's times to not just hear a story, do something about it. We can't do nothing about the atrocities that have happened, but we can work on what's still happening. It's today. It's our time. And like I said, we shouldn't be putting up with this racism at all. And it's down to racism. He's a wonderful artist. Definitely. That's what he is. He's been proven a million times. Have you seen his art?
Yes.
No. It's wonderful. But it shouldn't be so hard to get this done.
And it's been hard. And I'm just speaking overall, but I know that over the years with everything, it hasn't been a walk in the park. It's not like, oh hey, so and so, if it were anybody else, if it were like, oh, the inventor of toothpaste. And if he's white, I'm sorry, I don't know. But it's not like just, okay, Joe Schmo is here and I want to do these things to recognize.
Right.
She really has, even in today's time and the climate, you still have been facing a lot of pushback
Yes.
to still acknowledge a person of color.
It's
Does that
amazing.
deter you?
It is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is amazing. There's people that think I'm stupid. There's people that say, um, what's wrong with you? What you got? This, that, or whatever. There has to be a reason that I'm doing this,
Mm-hmm.
more than just wanting to do what I can. They never knew it was going to be this much work. I thought it was just going and looking and asking a couple of questions. But if there's a reason that it blossomed, and if anything, if it's impressing someone to think, I don't understand why people think the way they do. I don't think, how could they be intelligent human beings, supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
and think that they were? I don't understand it. But that's maybe my little soapbox. That's
Well, that's
it's that
cool.
little girl that didn't believe stuff should be done wrong.
Mm-hmm. So how could you? Dora got you right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh goodness, it went right on out of my head. Oh, so you have and it's unfortunate he can't be on the line, but you have involvement from the NAACP with getting this done. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, please.
um, I think it's just William. There may be one other person, but William Parker is the president of the NAACP in Michigan, Monroe, Michigan, the county,
Mhm.
and he's also, by the way, he's the captain of the state police department. So it's just like honoring an honor man, and he's very, very nice. He belongs to our association. This is very important to him, and he has young children that, well, not really young, but young children that are aspiring to be artists,
Mhm.
and so he's eating this up, and he wishes there's so much more. And again, it would be more if we were integrated.
Mhm.
But it's not like there's been nothing negative in our town. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that people ain't getting together. That's all. You know, uh, I had an art studio downtown for years, 15 years, with another couple of women. And I didn't even know it because everybody hung out at our place. So it would be any old color. But when we went as this association trying to find people of color that were artists, it's, it's like, where are they? What's going on? And I don't understand it. That's ridiculous. I mean, I know there's people here that paint, but I can't pull them out for this white red operation or whatever. Eventually, I keep shoving my face in their face. People's gonna recognize. You know,
Mhm.
I just want y'all to get along.
Silly.
Yes, we got to take a fast break.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
So we wanted to say you're watching WJZZ Cool Jazz TV. Get down and jar with Deb Pratt and
Calibri the
Calibri the artist
artist.
and our wonderful guest Dora Kelly.
Mhm.
So
We're
tell us.
talking Robert S. Duncanson.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes. So I totally forgot too. I
I'm
just
sorry.
went.
I
That's all right.
apologize for
That's all
that.
right. My brain just went.
I
That's
apologize
all
for
right.
that.
You know.
Um, so going into because we talked about Robert S. Duncanson and the importance of him getting his flowers now, well deserved. Um, everything that you've done so far, you all have done the Robert S. Duncanson Society, Dora Kelly, with honoring him from the gravestone to the street to the day to the Black History Month
That's
exhibit.
right.
We spoke a little bit about it and the speakers that are coming on board. Where do you see this going?
We're gonna continue with the art contest and art lessons. So it's just expanding the art program in our town to uh, and just encourage people to show up and be there. It's small now, but it's nice. It's very pleasant. We got a beautiful town to paint in, anyways. So we're just going to expand it out. Now we have other programs coming up. There's going to be one that highlights women
Mhm.
predominantly. There's going to be another one for I think the next one is Toledo and Monroe artists.
Mhm.
So they're wanting to continue with this whole aspect. We've had wonderful signatories,
Mhm.
which is mean they've signed on to promote or
Mhm.
encourage, accept, what acknowledge our program.
Mhm.
And I mean, we got the DIA, we've got the Breakfast Club, we got, I mean, Lazy Boy, um, many big companies, a few big companies like that. And then all these other states are also going Duncanson now. Okay, if they hadn't been already, they are doing it now because he got in
Mhm.
the news, with that painting. And so we have all these states that are also signatories for us. The museums, Smithsonian, Raleigh, um, New York, where he was born.
Yeah.
Neat.
Very nice.
So I heard really cool stories too about that.
Well, I know we're gonna have you come back and just kind of keep the
The
update,
story.
keep
Right. Right.
everybody
Right.
updated
Right.
on the
Right.
progress of the
It
national
it'd just be
study.
informal if you do it informal.
Mhm. So,
I
what
can
was
get
the
the story.
significance of having? Because again, you have world-renowned artists that are gathering for this Black History exhibition in conjunction with the Robert S. Duncanson Legacy.
Right.
Why was it important to have other artists
Right.
come on board in this exhibition?
They're hopefully they're to represent, and these were black artists. That was the Black History Month. This is the whole point, and it's to encourage and to show other people that are interested in getting in art. And it starts from kindergarten, or it could start at 75, and it often does, as we know with our friends. Um, and to encourage it, come on, take that step. This is what you could do. This is what you could be. I look at these men. I guess I'm getting old. I call my boys. The boys, oh, them boys, oh, I just gush over them. These boys are how old? And I know. But is it because I'm old? You know, but I admire their work ethic.
Mhm.
I admire their accolades. I admire their talents.
Mhm.
And but you saw them tonight, Debbie, right? The people there just with their art and everything, and they're so proud. And my boys having a little talk with me about my art and everything. I just love it. It's a wonderful thing. And I think if this is seen, if they see the camaraderie between us, they would be very surprised, at least with our group,
Mhm.
Breakfast Club.
Mhm.
We are a family.
Mhm.
And it's promoted. Everybody promotes and tells, oh, do this, do this, do this. I don't think they know there's cool clubs like that. Just true. Wouldn't it be nice to get our own little thing going on? But before we do it, they got to come out of the woodwork.
Mhm.
So we just promoting it. We're just getting, how we hear about someone doing art and you go, ooh, I want to do that.
Right.
Ooh, yeah.
Mhm.
So with our little things, we have slowly been gathering people up because they see us painting on the side of the road at the river. Got a river going through the whole town, and
Mhm.
it's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. I think that's cool. I think I need to now. It's a nice word is cool, right?
Yeah.
Because I've said it like 10 times. But
Cool
I
is one of
really
my
do.
words.
I think that it is cool.
It is very cool.
Just because if you are an artist or anyone, it is hard to find artist groups.
Yes.
Sometimes you do feel like an outsider, and I imagine as an African American artist as well. But when you see an event like this happening, and the caliber of artists that are participating in it,
Hmm.
it's inspiring, and I would hope encouraging for anybody to see. Not only is it artist gathering,
Right.
but
But
renowned, like
yes. Yes.
on the level of a Robert S. Duncanson in the tradition
Hmm.
of what he set, the standard that he set.
Right.
I think that's just cool.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's
it's,
cool, and
yeah.
for kids,
Oh, and I think it's great
children
for
being able to
kids.
see it
Yes. I think
too.
it's really cool. Very good.
I'm
It's
wanting to
the level that you
definitely set
go.
up some children programs.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
inspires people
just
and
it's
kids.
it's very easy when you get it started like we have, to expand into other things. And children is a big thing. Children is one of our,
We got
and
a lot-
often you can get people more participation when you say it's a child. You know what I mean? Maybe people just want to get rid of their kids for a while, like I used to.
And
who's the-
Dawood says, I agree. He talks about basically the a monumental event that you're putting on. And Dawood says, I want to personally thank you, Dora Kelly. Thank you, Dawood.
Oh,
yes.
Shabazz. Again, he's one of the participating artists. And thank you, Dawood, for being, I'm going to do it.
Are you gonna do Zach? I do.
Thank you, Dawood, for being an example for participating in the event.
Yes.
Because like children or just any emerging artists that are hiding, they get to come to this event or hear about this event, see it on the news, see it in the media, and see that not only are there artists meeting up, but these are artists that you see on TV. These are artists that you see exhibiting. These are artists that you see that have a career as an artist,
Right.
as opposed to, oh, I dabble. No, these are artists.
Right.
They're true artists.
oh, these guys, he's working hard. They're working hard. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud. So it's very nice to get to show them off.
I'm proud of you.
You're very
Thank
proud.
you. Thank you, Dora.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. And I can't wait to see what's next.
Yes. Is any of his work available for viewing? Has anybody seen any of his work?
I got one. I got his. We're picking up a painting of his.
Really?
Yes. I know she don't care. Miss Barbara Widener and her husband, I think he's John, have offered, and they came to me right from the beginning and offered a painting that they have to loan for our presentation. So
Wonderful.
we'll be there.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's sweet.
Mhm.
This has got a unique story to it too. It's unsigned. Okay. So you think, no. It's so established and it's got all the documents, okay? As it's been considered his, the places it went to before it went to the DIA. Duh.
Cool.
Right? They had it for a year or two. Then they gave it to be auctioned off. In the process, at one point in its lifetime, it was at a police station. And it got damaged by a mad person getting arrested, someone pissed off, and they damaged it. So just to have it repaired, it was just a spot, but still. There's paperwork this thick, that thick, on just the repairs. It was at Du Michel's. I think it might have been then that it was done or whatever. But so the Wideners purchased it.
Very
They
nice.
just found it over in the corner, man.
So we get
No
to
one
see
even
famous,
there.
That's cool.
famous.
So this has been established. It has enough background. It has been.
You got the
Smoking.
Carfax on.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got the Carfax.
I love it. We'll call it the Payfax.
Well, Dora Kelly, thank you.
you.
How can, because I know you're still going to be needing help for everything that needs to come. How can people get in touch with you, and also follow up with what's going on in the process and everything else? Robert S. Duncanson.
Well, there's a Robert S. Duncanson Society page, Facebook page, and you can always get on there, and they'll be posting stuff, and you can put your questions, and someone will call you back and answer. They're pretty. We're pretty jumping on it. We like anybody being interested, of course. We're new. We're new.
Robert S. Duncanson Society on Facebook.
Yes.
All
please
right,
check
Dora
it
Kelly.
out. Thank you.
Now, we got to bid you farewell, but before we leave, we'd like to end on a positive note. So what's a bit of advice that you could give our viewers?
My little thing, it never hurts to ask.
All right.
I like
It
that.
hurts to ask. I
Yes.
like that.
It hurts to ask. And if you don't, nothing's happening. So
I like that.
So we're just going to remind everybody that Saturday night.
Saturday night. Can we put the flyer back up real quick? This reception is Saturday night. Screenshot it. Do whatever you got to do. It's at 333 Dixie Highway, Monroe, Michigan. It's straight off the thing.
From what time to what time?
From 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So
Stop it.
tune in. They've got speakers. They have the exhibition. They got a little bit of everything. And bring your questions because I'm going to bring it.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dora Kelly, for joining us. It
Thank
was
you,
a
ladies.
with you, and I will see you Saturday. I'll be there with bells on.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in.
All right, everybody. Good
We'll
night.
see-
Thank you
good
for
night.
watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art. And tune in next week. We'll have Ian Grant, Marcel Stewart, and Ty Rawls on from Emoji Fine Arts Gallery.
Oh, I can't wait.
They had a nice article in Cranes just now.
I
And
know.
he has a book out right now. So
That's
make
right.
sure you guys tune in.
Bye. Good night, everybody. See you
Bye-bye.
next week.
That was nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
I couldn't.